BJP has alleged that the ED's raid on IPAC office and the residence of its chief Pratik Jain in Kolkata exposed serious questions about the TMC's conduct after CM Mamta Banerjee rushed to the spot during the operation. The party said CM's visible anxiety and effort to secure party documents and digital records from a private organization under investigation went beyond routine damage control and warranted public explanation.
Kishore joining us live. In fact, it's going to be a very heated political season in Bengal. Kishore, you were there. In fact, some of the documents, Kishore, when you look at the documents, they have Government of West Bengal files there as well. What were Government of West Bengal files doing at an IPAC office? If they were political consultancy, why did they have Government of West Bengal files? Because those were the files that were brought out. It's on camera.
Well, exactly. It is the biggest question right now. Government of West Bengal files at IPAC office, which Mamta Banerjee herself comes to steal and then puts in her car, and that car leaves. That car is nowhere now. We are standing right in front of the IPAC office. Behind me is the car parking where Mamta Banerjee's vehicle was parked. We can see all security arrangements are made here. She might come out in a while. And Mamta Banerjee's car is parked right behind me in that building. In the 11th floor, Mamta Banerjee is sitting right now at the IPAC office. While she was inside the office with her, Kolkata Police DG was present, with her West Bengal Police DG was present, and with her Kolkata Police Commissioner was also present. Now, they were scouring through the files, according to sources. They were looking for things. We don't know what. They were looking, Mamta Banerjee was looking herself for certain information that she needed the ED not to see. Therefore, we are getting to know from our sources that it's a complete daylight stealing where Mamta Banerjee reached the ED IPAC office, took out those files, put in her own vehicle, and that vehicle is not present right now. On the other hand, these files, according to sources, also contained information and files of the Government of West Bengal. Government of West Bengal files at IPAC office is highly unacceptable because IPAC is a corporate company that handles the voting process, the election process of the TMC. The election machinery of the TMC is handled by IPAC, but why will they have the voters list, the candidate list, the government information that the Government of West Bengal has is a question. Mamta Banerjee in an unprecedented way reached Loudon Street, the home of Pratik Jain, co-founder of IPAC. She went there, she went inside, grabbed the yellow green file. She came out with the file. She openly showed that file, and she was saying that in this file there are information about the TMC that the Home Minister is trying to steal from us. Therefore, I'm taking this file back with me. She came after Loudon Street, Pratik Jain's house. She came here where I'm standing right now. Behind me is the building where she's right now, the 11th floor. And in this parking lot, basement parking, we know that her car is parked, and already the documents are not here. They have been sent somewhere. What we know is Mamta Banerjee will come out in a while. We also confronted her. We asked her questions. We asked her why she is here and whether the money from coal scam was used for elections at Goa or not. She instead said, "Our Bangla BJP Dalal," which means we are Dalal of BJP. That is what she was saying. But she knows very well that Republic Bangla, Republic Network speaks for the people of West Bengal, speaks against all scams of her party. That is the reason she's scared today, and she's not agreeing to answer to our valid questions that we are raising. And today she, in fact, escaped from those questions that we were raising today. On the other hand, she's right now inside this building trying to scour through rest of the files. She's trying to make sure that any information that might put her in problem should not go to the hands of the ED officials. That is what she's doing right now.
Kishore, I want to understand now, where she's still inside the IPAC office, right? For how long has she been there, and for how long does she plan to be there? Because the vehicle with all those files stacked have left the Godrej Waterside building. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Godrej Waterside building. which is in Salt Lake, where my colleague Kishale is reporting from. That's where the IPAC headquarters is. The vehicle was inside. She was accompanied by IPS officers, including the Kolkata commissioner. She went in, barged out with the files. How many files were taken away? Do we have an estimate of how many files were taken away? You saw those pictures, Kishale.
Well, it was a lot of files, Niranjan, a lot of files. In fact, there were people, multiple police personnel, multiple IPAC personnel who came down with stacks of files in their hand. They were in fact struggling to carry those files inside those vehicles. 2 or 3 vehicles filled up with files and documents. We don't know how many, but we know for sure a lot of files, a lot of documents, thousands of documents, we don't know. She is stealing those documents. She's taking out those documents from the IPAC office. She's ensuring that those documents be sent away so that the ED officials inside or more ED officials when they come, they should not have their hands on those documents. What is there in those documents? People are asking. The BJP is saying there are information about her party's connection with the coal scam, and she will be in trouble if those files come into fore, and IPAC is a part of it. That's the reason why she is trying to hide and remove these files from the location herself. Mamta Banerjee inside this building right now. Behind me is the parking lot from where Mamta Banerjee's convoy will come out in a while. That is what we are getting to know. And while her convoy or her car will come out from here, we will try and ask questions to her again. But already we've asked her questions, which she did not reply. In fact, she said that we are speaking for a particular political party, but we are only speaking for the people of West Bengal. We are asking her valid questions. We are asking her why her party has taken money, according to the allegations, from the coal scam and used it for Goa elections. She could not answer to that question. She did not have any answer, and what she said was completely farce. And now she's inside this building in the office doing her last minute scouring of files, and she will come out in a while. But unprecedented situation. On the other hand, update is that ED has already approached the High Court in order to file an FIR against Mamta Banerjee because she tried to stop the process of investigation and created hindrance which they are not accepting at this point of time.
Yeah, I want you to stay with me, Kishale, because I have some of the pictures of what the documents showed, or at least what the documents look like. Let me show you the documents now. These were some of the documents that were brought out physically by the IPS officers and the officers, police officers, those who accompanied Mamata Banerjee. Storms into first the IPAC founder's home in Kolkata, Pratik Jain's home. She comes out with a hard disk and some documents. Secondly, she storms into the IPAC headquarters at the Godrej Waterside in Salt Lake, Kolkata. Walked in and walked out. Look at this file. If you can just pause this file for a second. Look at that. Government of West Bengal. And it says organizations and sports. Organizations and sports. Now, what was a government document doing inside the IPAC headquarters? Now, that's a question. And why did she come out? She claimed, first of all, when she spoke to the media, that the BJP was stealing documents related to candidates, election strategy. What does government of West Bengal file have to do with candidates or election strategy? Point number one. Look at this. The second file that we just showed you. We just got a glimpse of the other file, not this one. Can you play the next visual, please? The other visual. Yes, okay, it's just going to come up next. Okay, look at this. Now, this particular file, we managed to get a shot of this. It says Indian PAC Consulting Private Limited for the period 1st February 2022. Now, it is an IPAC document, and it says it's a client statement. It's a client statement period starting February 2022. And it's an accounting document. If you play this visual, just continue this, please. Just play the visual, and you'll see that it is nothing to do with elections. It has nothing to do with candidates. It's nothing to do with election strategy. These are documents from 2022. 2022. Why will she walk away with files as old as 2022 when she claims that this is about elections in 2026? Because the Enforcement Directorate claims the raids were in connection with the coal scam. They suspect that the coal scam money was routed to IPAC and used in the Goa elections as well. And the elections in Goa took place around that time, in that period. And that is why they were looking at these files very closely. Before I play out what Mamata Banerjee said, I want to go back to Kishale because he's been tracking the story. Kishale, she claimed it was about candidates. She claimed it was about elections. She claimed it was about strategy. But the files show that they were government files. The files show that they were accounting audits from 2022. What is she doing inside? Do we know where she's sitting? Is she because ED officers are inside. 7 ED officers are inside. And what is she doing there? What is she doing there and what is the ED going to do about it? How are they going to work with her there?
Well, Niranjan, ED has already approached the High Court. The ED has approached the High Court and requested that they be allowed to register a FIR against Mamata Banerjee because she is causing an hindrance to the process of investigation that's happening. That's one update. On the other hand, the right question that we are posing, why Government of West Bengal files are kept in IPAC office? Government of West Bengal files have information about people like us, the people of West Bengal. And we do not want our information to go to a corporate company and use that against us. We are taxpayers of West Bengal. But our information is now being given to IPAC in order to be used by them is a question, serious question of security that is being raised by the people of West Bengal right now. On the other hand, there are vehicles, we can see back-to-back police vehicles going inside this parking lot. These are police vehicles. She can come out anytime soon. This is the parking lot where Mamata Banerjee's car is parked. A few cars already left with the documents that she stole from inside. And now we can see more vehicles going inside this parking lot. So what ED is doing? Well, the ED officials are inside the premises. Mamata Banerjee is inside the premises. The DG is inside the premises. Rajiv Kumar on CP is also inside the premises. What they're doing exactly, we do not have clear information. But we, according to sources, Mamata Banerjee is trying to look for more files. She's scouring for files. She's scouring for information. She's looking through all those. Anything that can get her into trouble, she wants to get rid of that. Mamata Banerjee inside IPAC office, but ED officials are also inside IPAC office. So there might be and resistance from the ED officials so that these files are not allowed outside. We are we are waiting for Mamata Banerjee to come out after a while. But we also question Mamata Banerjee. Our reporters, Shontu Pan, our reporter Soindrila, they questioned Mamata Banerjee. Ma'am, why are you here? Ma'am, whether you have used the money of coal scam in your election campaigns. But she did not answer us. What she said was that we are being quote-unquote dalal, which means that we are actually talking for a political party, but she knows that we are only talking for the people of West Bengal. We are only talking about the situation of West Bengal in terms of corruption, in terms of the situation, the people are really struggling to meet their ends. But right now, Mamata Banerjee is sitting inside a corporate office trying to save her party from utter exposed. She will be exposed, she knows, if these files are in the hands of the ED officials, because according to the ED officials, also as alleged by the BJP, that these files contains very sensitive information about her party's linkages to the coal scam, which she doesn't want to allow the ED officials to get their hands into. Niranjan.
Okay, here's what Mamata Banerjee said this morning after the story broke.